All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a super simple weekend project that lets you take back control of your own home internet. Seriously, we're talking about a way to block ads and trackers on every single device you own, your phone, your smart TV, you name it. You know the feeling, right? You've got an ad blocker on your computer and you feel pretty good about it. But then you grab your phone, open up a news app, and boom, an ad. Or you're trying to watch a show on your smart TV and suddenly there's a commercial for something you were just looking at online. It's like they're everywhere. Well, today, we're building a fortress that protects everything on your network. So, what is this thing? It's called Pi-hole. And don't let the name fool you. The idea behind it is incredibly simple. Just imagine the internet is a massive city, and every website has an address. Pi-hole works like a personal phone book for your entire house. When any of your devices asks for the address of a known advertiser, Pi-hole just says, nope, can't find it. And that's it. The ad never even gets a chance to load. Now, you're probably thinking this sounds complicated, that you'll need a ton of gear. But what's so great about this is how little you actually need. Let's go on a quick shopping trip. I promise, it's a really short one. This is it. This is your entire shopping list. First up, the computer itself, a tiny little thing called a Raspberry Pi. Think of it as the brain of the operation. Next, you need a memory card for that brain, a microSD card. Anything 8 gigs or more is perfect. And last, you need a solid power plug. And this part's kind of important. You want one that's going to give it steady power 24/7 without any hiccups. And here's the really cool part about this whole setup. Once we get it up and running, this little guy just sits next to your router, doing its job silently. You don't need to hook up a monitor to it or a keyboard or anything. It's totally headless. It just works. Okay, so we've got our hardware. Let's talk about the software. This is the part that sounds intimidating, but I promise you, it's surprisingly fast. We're about to build our digital shield. So using your main computer, you're going to flash the operating system, that's the core software, onto that little micro SD card. Now here's a pro tip. Pick the Lite version. It doesn't have a fancy desktop, which means all of its power is focused on just one job, blocking ads. Then, you'll tick a box in the advanced options to enable something called SSH. All that is a secret door that lets you talk to the Pi from your main computer. No extra keyboard needed. After that, it's simple. Pop the card into the Pi, connect it to your router, and plug it in. All right, deep breaths. The Pi is powered on, it's connected, it's alive. And now we get to what feels like a real magic trick. Believe it or not, this one single line of text is basically the entire installation. You copy and paste this into a terminal that's connected to your Pi, hit enter, and that's it. An automated installer just takes over, asks you a few simple questions, and builds the whole thing for you. It's pretty amazing. Okay, Pi-hole is installed. It's ready to go to work. But right now, none of your devices know it even exists. We need to tell your whole home network to start using it. This is the final step, and it's the one that flips the switch for your entire home. So to get this last part, we need a super quick chat about something called DNS. The easiest way to think about it is like the internet's phone book. When you type in a website name, like example.com, DNS is what looks up that name and finds the real numerical address that computers actually use to connect. And here's the before and after that makes all the difference. Right now, your router uses the giant public phone book from your internet provider. And that phone book gives out the address to everything: good websites, bad websites, and ad websites. All we're going to do is tell our router to stop using that public phone book and start using our new private filtered phone book, the Pi-hole. Now, for your router to always be able to find your new phone book, we need to make sure the phone book doesn't move. That's what a static IP address is. It's basically a permanent home address for your Pi-hole. Most devices get a new address every so often, kind of like getting a new hotel room number every day. We're giving our Pi-hole a permanent address so the router always knows where to find it. And making this change is so easy. You just log into your router settings page, that web page for your home network. You poke around until you find the DNS settings. You switch it from automatic over to manual, and then you just type in that permanent address you gave your Pi-hole. Hit save, and that's it. Your entire network is now being filtered. And hey, to save you some time clicking around, here's a little cheat sheet. Every router looks a little different, but for most of the big brands, this is where you'll find that DNS setting. For TP-Link, it's usually under Advanced. For ASUS, check the WAN settings. And for Netgear, it's often right there on the basic internet page. And just like that, you did it. You've actually changed how your entire home interacts with the internet. So let's talk about the reward. What do you get for all this? Well, the payoff is huge. Ads are just gone, not just on your computer, but in apps on your phone, on your smart TV, everywhere. And because your devices aren't wasting time loading all that junk, a lot of websites will actually feel faster. But maybe the best part is that thousands of online trackers that try to follow you around are just stopped cold. You are now the gatekeeper for your network.
This is the kind of thing you'll see. You can log into a simple web page for your Pi-hole and see a dashboard. After just one day of regular internet use, it's not crazy to see a number like this. Over 15,000 ad and tracker requests just denied. Seeing that number is an amazing feeling.
See, this whole project is about so much more than just blocking a few annoying ads. It's about taking that first powerful step toward deciding for yourself what's allowed into your digital home. You've just built the gate, and you're the one holding the key. So the only question now is, what are you going to protect next?